The show's biggest song is performed by star Rachel Zegler outside the London Palladium and then live-streamed back to the audience inside. It may be drawing huge crowds, but it's also divided opinion with theatre-goers. Actress Claire Sweeney saw it last night and told Good Morning Britain she loved it. Others have posted on X to complain that they've paid a lot for tickets, only for the biggest number in the show to happen off stage.
Do you know those moments in theatre where you go, yeah, I did that in the theatre, and the way it's done is so clever. It goes on to her walking through the...
Rachel Zegler went from Hollywood's rising star to being called radioactive by industry insiders. But what really led to her downfall? Stay tuned as we uncover the shocking moments that turned her career upside down. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Imagine this. You've spent months looking forward to a highly anticipated theater performance only to watch the lead actress simply leave in the middle of her big moment. Sounds like something that would never happen, right? Well, it did. Rachel Zegler's stint in the London production of Evita was supposed to shine a spotlight on her dramatic talents. Instead, it became a disaster that audiences and the internet can't stop talking about. From the moment she joined Evita, things were rocky. Insiders described the production as chaos behind the scenes, largely pointing fingers at Zegler's questionable behavior. Midway through several performances, she reportedly walked off stage, leaving both her co-stars and audiences confused. Some reports even claimed she started singing snippets of her songs outside the theater for free, a move that baffled fans who had paid for tickets. It felt less like a creative experiment and more like she was thumbing her nose at the entire production she'd signed on to. And let's talk ticket sales.
Casa Rosada in Buenos Aires was the site of the original balcony, used with special permission in the film with Madonna. It may be drawing huge crowds, but it's also divided opinion with theatre-goers. Actress Claire Sweeney saw it last night and told Good Morning Britain she loved it.
Are disappointed that she hasn't sung it live in the theatre, but I think it's going to be greatly outweighed by...
Once audience reactions hit social media, any hope of maintaining a strong box office was gone. People who had attended the show took to platforms like Twitter, calling her performances half-hearted and her behavior unprofessional. It wasn't long before the fallout became visible. Some ticket resellers ended up listing seats for Evita at literally $0 just to give them away, while others described theater managers scrambling to address refund requests. One viewer even remarked that the mood in the theater felt like being trapped at a dress rehearsal with no escape. Critics didn't hold back either. Many accused Zegler of leaning more into creating spectacles, like her impromptu outdoor street performances, rather than actually delivering on her role. The word disrespectful came up more than once. Paying audiences were left feeling dismissed, and it wasn't lost on Zegler, who seemed to avoid addressing the controversy directly, sparking even more backlash. So was this just a blip in an otherwise star-studded career? Or are we watching the unraveling of someone labeled as box office poison?
The show's biggest song is performed by star Rachel Zegler outside the London Palladium and then live-streamed back to the audience inside.
Do you know those moments in theatre where you go, yeah, I did that in the theatre, and the way it's done is so clever. It goes on to her walking through the...
This latest revival nods to the outside setting, but with an experimental London twist.
Whatever the case, Evita wasn't the only storm brewing in Zegler's life. Let's take a closer look at how her Snow White role turned into an entirely new headache. When Disney brings you on as a princess, it's supposed to be the dream role, a career-defining moment with sparkles, singing birds, and audiences eating it up. But somehow, Rachel Zegler managed to turn her Snow White gig into a PR hurricane. How? By taking aim at, well, Snow White herself. In interviews, Zegler didn't shy away from trashing the 1937 Disney classic, which, let's be honest, is like criticizing Grandma's apple pie at Thanksgiving. It's risky, even if you've got a point. She called the original outdated, rolled her eyes at Snow White waiting for her Prince Charming, and announced that her version wouldn't be some lovesick girl dreaming of happily ever after. Now, rewriting fairy tales isn't new, but let's just say her tone didn't scream respectful homage. Fans online were furious. Within hours, the hashtag number #NotMySnowWhite took off, and clips of Zegler's interviews were looped, dissected, and memed relentlessly on platforms like Twitter and TikTok. Some fans felt she was missing the point of the character entirely.
Something the show's composer has some sympathy for.
I think there will be people who...
Others have posted on X to complain that they've paid a lot for tickets, only for the biggest number in the show to happen off stage.
The theatricality of using film in that way.
But it's the balcony grabbing all the attention. Halfway through the latest revival of Evita,
while others accused her of taking joy in mocking something beloved by generations. Instead of softening the blow or clarifying her stance, Zegler doubled down. She declared unapologetically that she was proud to reject outdated tropes, offering what social media users described as lectures rather than explanations. Her online presence didn't help either. Tweets surfaced where she made jokes, some interpreted as dismissive of older Disney fans, with one post jokingly referring to critics as people who still use VHS tapes to relive the glory days. Beyond the memes, though, there was a deeper concern brewing inside Disney itself. Industry insiders hinted that Zegler's comments caused panic among executives. Marketing teams reportedly scrambled to salvage their promotional plans, fearing she might alienate the exact audience they depended on to be there opening weekend. Some damage control strategies included shifting focus away from Zegler entirely, emphasizing other cast members, or even putting more spotlight on the film's visuals. With both Evita and Snow White in turmoil, the question looms: is this a fluke or Rachel's new normal? Stay tuned. Rachel Zegler's story is a reminder that in Hollywood, talent isn't enough. Public perception is the real ticket to success or failure. Her choices, from Evita walk-offs to controversial Snow White comments, have turned what should have been star-making moments into a branding meltdown. Being labeled box office poison is no small thing. It's the kind of tag that lingers, scaring away casting directors and studios alike. But Hollywood is nothing if not unpredictable. So what do you think? Can Zegler rewrite this narrative, or is the damage permanent? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's see where her story goes next.